Hey friends, I know what you're thinking. It's been a minute since I've been on here just because I know you probably thought that I gave up on YouTube, right? Well, no, I haven't. I've just been really busy. For my first video back, I thought it'd be fun to do a get ready with me. I know I got a little bit different of a background. It's not that cute, but I did try to clean it for you guys so it's somewhat presentable. It's just my bedroom. That's my bed back there. It's still messy. You can see all my crud back there that I keep in boxes, all my empties and stuff. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to shoot a little get ready with me. I'm going on a date tonight with the boyfriend. It's the day after Valentine's Day. We decided to go out today rather than yesterday because there'd be like less people at the restaurants and stuff. It'd be not quite as busy. So I thought it'd be fun to shoot a look today as I'm getting ready for my date, and we'll talk a little bit about what I've been up to. I'm not wearing any makeup, as you can tell, so I think what I'd like to do today is like a really fun red blown out eye with some like sparkles in the middle. I've got this really pretty ColourPop hard to impress shadow I might want to use, but you know, the Stila next to Nate like glitter would be, you know, everything as well. So let's just go ahead and get started. I have a lot I have to do with this look because I haven't done my own makeup, like a full glam makeup look, all year. Like, when was the last time I did a full glam? I think a couple weeks ago I went to my cousin's baby shower. I did my makeup that day, and it wasn't even like that glam what I did that day. I'm priming my face with the Farsali Unicorn Essence oil, by the way. Putting that all over my face. I've been loving doing oils in the winter as like a primer, or really for any reason. Anything that's going on with my skin, there's an oil to fix it, I believe. But yeah, the reason I've been so busy is because I've been loading up my schedule with travel, like crazily. In January, I went away for 10 days to Trinidad and Tobago, and that was absolutely amazing. It was a very transformative experience, I would say. Like, just unlike any other trip I've ever been on before. I so was not expecting to get what I got from that trip. Trinidad is really cool because it's not really a place known for its tourism, even though it is beautiful, but they don't really have like Four Seasons and Regency Inns and Hilton hotels or anything like that because, you know, not a lot of tourists come through there. It's not really a touristy place, and I kind of liked it for that. And I liked it for the fact that you're kind of, because it's not a touristy place, you're kind of forced to take in the culture, because you can't go get a hamburger. I mean, you could at like Burger King, but who wants to eat at Burger King in the first place? Not me. But you know, I got to try some really amazing food, some of the most unique food I've ever had in my life. One night when we were partying on the avenue, I had some doubles, which are like chickpeas, super spicy, and like a little tortilla. That was delicious. We didn't actually try some traditional Trini roti, but we did have some Indian food. Like half of the population in Trinidad and Tobago is Indian, so there was lots of Indian food. Tobago was a tiny bit more touristy. They had more like on Trinidad and Tobago fare, like we ate at an Italian restaurant a couple times. Priming my eyelids with some Urban Decay Primer Potion. Just trying to use this up like it's almost done. I just want to get this stuff used up. I think I actually should go ahead and just throw this stuff away because I've had it forever. It's almost gone, and it kind of makes my makeup go on patchy sometimes. So I'm kind of playing with fate right now. If you guys saw on Instagram, I posted a lot of pictures from that trip. I only posted the pretty parts. Like every beach we went to was the prettiest beach I'd ever seen in my life. So you got to see a lot of pictures, but it wasn't all dandelions and roses. it was some other stuff too. It was sometimes hard. Like, towards the end of the trip, Mike, my boyfriend, was starting to get really fed up with getting bitten by bugs. Stray animals just roamed the streets in Tobago, and it was kind of heartbreaking to see that, like, so many stray animals with nobody to love them, no humans to love them. Every kitty out for themselves out there. Saw lots of stray cats, saw lots of cats. None of them wanted to be pet, which was sad, because I love to pet the kitties I see out in public. But in Trinidad and Tobago, it was every kitty out for themselves. I'm using the Carly Bible palette, just this color, to set my eyes. Let me grab a fluffier brush than that. Like up near my brow bone. Now I'm taking my Visite palette and I'm taking this orange color. I'm going to put it into my crease. It's kind of like my transition. But we went to some of the most beautiful beaches. They had that you know, classic turquoise water that you always want to get out of your vacation. It wasn't super touristy. You didn't have we never really dealt with big crowds, except when we went to Sunday school, which was a really cool street block party in Buku, which is where we stayed. They were playing steel drums. Let's get some fluffy brush action in here. Yes, that's coming along. When we were still in Trinidad, we went to both Trinidad and Tobago, and when we were still in Trinidad, one of the most memorable special times we had was when we went to enjoy some wild lap meat. Well, some wild meat that they caught in the jungle. They hunted for it and they shared it with us. We bought them, you know, a big bottle of rum as a thank you for inviting us. But it was like the most interesting meal I've ever had in my life. I'll never forget it. There's a picture of it on my Instagram if you wanted to see it. I think I posted it on my regular Facebook too. But if you don't know what lap is, it's basically like a little Tasmanian devil. It's like a little jungle rat. That's what Mike had been calling it the whole time. She's like, oh, we're eating jungle rat. That's cool. And that's cool. But they put it all types of crazy Caribbean spices and mixed it in with some fruits and vegetables that I'd never tried before. And I thought it was really delicious. Mike was a little bit skeptical. It was hard to eat because the night before, our Airbnb host had taken us out on the avenue, which is like the main, it's like the Bourbon Street of Port of Spain in Trinidad. And he kept filling me up to the brim with like these really powerful rum cocktails, and I got crazy drunk. I eventually was just like, I gotta go home, I'm too drunk. And the next day I was not feeling good at all. Like I couldn't, everything just wanted to come back up, even water, anything I tried to put down tried to come back up. And the first meal of the day happened to be the weirdest meal I've ever had in my life. Wild jungle rat from the rainforest, from the jungle. After not being able to eat all day, I ate that, and it actually kind of made me feel better. It was probably the spices and the fresh vegetables and fruits that were mixed into it and stuff. It was cool. I loved it. Hung out with this Trini family, and their kids were so funny and cool. Like, there was like a little 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, and like a 12-year-old, and we were playing like golf with them and talking about Jumanji. They were so much fun. Loved hanging out with those kids. And while we were in Trinidad, we visited Maracas Beach. That was beautiful. It had some shark and bake. That's like something you have to do when you're out there. It's just like It's just like some fried shark, but it was delicious. I loved it. And everywhere you go, they're always playing steel drums because Trinidad is actually where steel drums were invented. So there was big steel drum orchestras practicing just in the streets, and in Tobago too. Actually, I think we heard more steel drumming in Tobago than we did in Trinidad, but we still heard a lot of it in Trinidad as well. I've been blending this eyeshadow forever. I just want it to be that like perfect level of blended, you know? And then we went to Tobago, and we kind of just relaxed most of the time in Tobago. We went to the Sunday school block party. A couple of days later, we decided to walk, because we were staying in Baku, which is like one of the bigger ports. It was very pretty, lots of turquoise water, like I mentioned earlier on the beaches. But we walked over to like a bar, because there are hours out there for their establishments. It's very relaxed out in Tobago. Most weekdays, you know, restaurants will pick and choose what hours they want to be open. They don't really have a consistent schedule or a consistent menu in a lot of these restaurants, which was fun to deal with. But we walked over to a bar, and it was not a very touristy bar at all. It was just kind of something that was on the side of the highway. And we were the only people in this bar, and we were talking with the barkeeper there. And he was telling us all about how, like, because Trinidad and Tobago isn't really catered to tourists, their service out there is just not that great. And he offered great service, and like, you know, they didn't really have a big menu because it was like a weekday. They only had like 2 things that they offered. I think my boyfriend got like chicken wings and fries, and I got like a seafood risotto thing that he made, and it was delicious. But he was explaining how like the service in Trinidad and Tobago is kind of the worst. It's kind of the worst. Okay, I'm finally getting the level of like blown out red that I wanted all along. Which we thought was kind of funny because we had kind of noticed that, you know, whenever like a lot of shops and restaurants were hardly ever open, and when they were open, the waiters and stuff weren't very attentive and didn't have a lot to offer as far as like getting food went. But he just like, but then we started talking about the good things about Tobago, and he told us about his favorite beach, and he told us about how it would a cool thing to do would be rent some bikes, because everybody out there is trying to get you to take a boat tour, but something a little different would be renting a bike. And we decided to do that. He had a guy, he gave us a phone number, we rented bikes, and we went to his favorite beach, which was called Arno's Vale. And it's a beach at this like abandoned resort. It's very secluded. It's like a little cove, and there's a old rundown hotel that's all closed off. There's like a beach that's or there's like a pool over there that's empty. And we had to bike for a while to get out there. But when we finally got there, it was just so beautiful. And the beach was all to ourselves. It was like this little secret beach. The undertow was kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. And it was a little bit unsafe. Like, we were scared to actually swim in the water because we were just like, we're going to get sucked in and it's going to be scary. So we didn't swim too crazily, but oh man, Mike collected a bunch of seashells that were beautiful. We got a picture of that like was stunning for Instagram. And we were there by ourselves. Another couple showed up for like a minute, but for the most part, we were there by ourselves, and it was just magical. That's all the good stuff about Trinidad and Tobago. It was really sad to see all the stray animals. We actually saw a kitty with no eyeballs, and that broke my heart so much. So much. And we, by the end of it all, we were ready to go back to America. We were really excited to have some American beer. But I still loved Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know if I'll ever go back. Maybe, because we did choose to go there, or I chose to go there because I was interested in seeing their Carnival celebration, and we showed up a little bit too early. There wasn't a lot of Carnival stuff going on, but yeah, maybe one day I'll go check it out again. Let's see, what glitter should I do? This is pretty. I think I'll do this one. Oh, first impressions. I've never used this before, so I'm scared I'm gonna ruin this look here. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Maybe I'll blend out the crease a little. But yeah, that's hard to impress on top of my melt stick. The color Lovesick by Melt. So yeah, we were there in Trinidad and Tobago for 10 days, including 2 long layovers in Fort Lauderdale. And it was wild, the layovers, because the first layover on our way to Trinidad, we were in Fort Lauderdale, and it was 40 degrees, which is like unheard of. It was so wild for Fort Lauderdale. You know, the Floridians were freaking out. They didn't know how to deal. Nobody owned a coat. They're like, I don't even have heating in my house. What am I going to do? On our way back, we had to wait in line in customs just to get, cleared to go back into America for hours. There were so many angry people being like, just look at my passport and let me in. Like, everything's okay. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale, I guess it's like a major international port, but it was just wild. I've come in and out of the country before. I've never had to deal with customs lines that were so long and so insane. On top of it all, we finally got to go have some American beer. We went out to a bar, and then when that was all said and done, we decided to sleep in the airport because our flight was going to be at 6 a.m. We didn't want to spend money on a hotel. That's how you save money. You think of ways where you don't have to spend money. Sleep at the airport. Now, I don't know what my shade is currently because I got a little bit of a tan going, so I gotta do some color matching. This is 120 by Makeup Forever usually is my color, but let's swatch it. That's good. Yeah, that's gonna match. I think that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get it all over. Love Makeup Forever liquid foundation. It's my fave. Back to home, and we did some gigs, and it had been my cousin's baby shower when we came back, so I went and did that. I went to New York because that's where my cousin lives, and my aunt had set up like a little spa day at Spa Castle for me, my mom, and my sister, and that was pretty cool. I'd never done anything like that before. I'm really laying it on there. And literally a week later, Mike's mother, Mike is my boyfriend, had planned for everybody to go to Disney. So we went to Disney with Mike's family, with his little niece that's 4 years old, his sister. And I'd never been to Disney before, and I've never been to Orlando before. And Orlando and Disney, boy, was it the opposite of Trinidad and Tobago, but I loved it. It was magical. It was such a relaxing vacation. Didn't get bit by a single bug, I remember that. I loved all the rides. I loved the Haunted Mansion. I loved the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I loved the Tower of Terror. I loved Epcot. I loved going on a little wine tour through all the different like countries in Epcot. Japan was really cool. They were having a little artists like a festival of the arts over at Epcot, and we went to go listen to one of the speakers who was talking about the origins of jazz and the origins of music in New Orleans, which was fascinating. We got to see some old Disney attraction posters from like the 60s and earlier than that, even like the 50s and 80s, from all over, from throughout time. Yeah, is that enough? Is that enough foundation? I think that's good to be full glam. And just loved it. And then on the last night that we were there in Disney and out to Orlando, and we ate at this place called, I think, Tin and Taco, which was delicious. And then we went to a barcade called Joysticks, and that was really cool. Mike started drawing pictures. He met a lot of friends. They were buying him drinks. So that was just so much fun. So yeah, I just got back from Disney last week, and this weekend I did some gigs. Yesterday I did a gig during Valentine's Day, and here we are now. In a couple weeks, however, me and my really good friend from college, Taylor, are going to be going to the Grand Canyon and Horseshoe Bend and Antelope Canyon. I've never been to Antelope Canyon or Horseshoe Bend, but it's one of those bucket list things that I can't wait for. Okay, so I think for concealer, we'll do a little Shape Tape mixed in with a little Touche Eclat. I love Touche Eclat. I'm trying to load up my schedule because this is like the slow season for me. January is pretty slow, and also March is pretty slow, and February's picks up a little. Okay, it looks like the camera stopped recording for whatever reason, probably because I'm taking too long. But where was I? I was talking about how I'm trying to load up my scheduled travel now and use up all those credit card points that I'd racked up over time now, because I'm not going to be able to do it during the warmer months because I'll be too busy. Plus, I just like to get away in the winter because I get sad when it's cold outside. Even though it's been really warm lately. It's been like, well, not warm, but 40, 50 degrees, which is unseasonably warm for February in Connecticut. Just putting some MAC Feline Kohl eyeliner into my waterline and tight lining. I'll be in the Grand Canyon at the early part of March. Come back from that, there's going to be a East Coast Face Painters Convention that I'll be busy at, learning some new skills. Excited for that. I like to go to as many conventions as I can. In April, I plan to go to IMATS in New York City. Comment down below in the box if you're going to be at IMATS too. Maybe we'll say hi to each other. But try not to buy a lot of makeup until then, because I usually like to try to hop on those great deals that they offer at IMATS and the new releases and stuff. This is the chocolate liner, or brow pencil by NYX. And the very last exciting bit of travel I've got lined up and planned to do is in March into the beginning part of April. I'm going to be face painting on a cruise ship, on a Royal Caribbean cruise. That's a really cool gig. I've never been on a cruise ship before, and got a really cool deal to face paint on this cruise. And while we're out there, for me to do this cruise, this cruise is gonna leave from Barcelona, and it's gonna visit Naples, Italy, and Rome, Italy. I've been to Barcelona and Rome before. I've never been to Naples, but I'm still so excited to be on this cruise and visit some of these amazing cities. I love Barcelona. It is such a fun and amazing city with such good food, such friendly people. So excited to be going back. I did have to buy my own flight out there, but luckily I was able to find a round trip flight from Boston to Amsterdam. And as you know, you might know, flights within Europe are pretty cheap, but that flight was just $300 a pop for me and my boyfriend. And we're gonna go visit Amsterdam, which is another one of our favorite cities. Oh, people are super friendly there. Everybody's on bikes, like the most bikes you'll ever see in your life. The snacks are the most delicious snacks you'll ever have in your life. Like, one of my favorite things that we ate last time we were there were like these Belgian waffles that had Nutella on them. Warm Nutella on these like Belgian waffles with some frozen yogurt on top. Death! So good. So definitely gonna have to eat some of that in Amsterdam. Bucket list things for Amsterdam is I want to go to this Indonesian restaurant called Tempo Dolo. You probably have heard, if you watched any Anthony Bourdain episodes about Amsterdam, you've probably heard about Tempo Dolo. But I definitely want to do that. And we're going to also visit Prague for the first time for 2 days. Never been to Prague before, in Czechoslovakia. So I'm excited to visit another country I've never been to before. Don't know what to expect very much. I'm Polish, so I know a little bit about Eastern Europe, but I imagine it's still going to be very different from Poland and Czechoslovakia. Well, it's Czech Republic now. Czech Republic and Slovakia. That's what I've got going on. That's what has been going on. That's what's going to continue to go on. Everything I'm doing today, I'm doing extra slow because I've never done this like get ready with me style video before. I also plan at the end of March to be at GamerCon in Connecticut doing some special effects makeup. So if you're going to be at GamerCon and you want to get like a cool black eye, I'm going to be there doing that. Already filling out bookings for the new year. I've got bookings right up to, well, my schedule's not full, but I've got like at least one booking every month until August. That's kind of where I'm at. Did you guys have a nice Valentine's Day? Has anybody out there done any cool sunshine vacations they'd like to share? Or any vacations at all? Is anybody out there like me who likes to do all their traveling in the winter months and the slow months so they can make all the money in the summer months? Okay, let's do a little contour or something. You know what, first let's do a little finishing powder. This is one of my favorite things in the world, my Hourglass palette. I'm gonna look to put some of this color all over everything, basically. Love it. There's been lots of stuff I've been wanting to pick up, but I'm on like a very strict no-buy right now. I told myself, Ulta was having a really great sale, and I saw that like Namie's still had a lot of Dose of Color stuff. The Desi X Katie Dose of Colors collection that I've been like really coveting. But I told myself that I can't buy any more makeup until I do my taxes. So hopefully I don't procrastinate too much on my taxes. Get that done so we can buy some more makeup. Let's see if there's anything I can use in this guy. I could have used saffron or amber or blazing. I could have done this same exact look with this palette actually. You know what, maybe I'll do a little blazing. Just for fun. Oh yes, that gave it a little more fire. For sure. Let's do a little amber in my lower lash line. You know what, let's do some of this O-U-D. I don't know how you pronounce that. Oud. Just deepening up at the outer corner here with that dark brown color. That's better, that's better. It's coming along. Let's get a little bronzer in our lives. Gonna go in with my trusty Hoola bronzer on my palette here. I had a really nice tan in Trinidad and Tobago. Like, I got nice and dark, but I think I'm already losing it, even though I went back and did Florida for a while. I'm not totally pale. I'm not the palest I've ever been, but I could be darker. That New England weather, man. I hate being icy. I'm just adjusting the outer parameters of my face with my bronzer. I might use a little bit of my bronzer for my Hourglass palette as well. Just because this bronzer is super pretty and makes me sun-kissed. It's a little dark for me, but I make it work. I have like a bit of a 5 head up here, so I like to make contour ever so slightly. Contouring with my Kat Von D Shade and Lights palette, it's really kind of falling apart. Not falling apart, but it's loved. I use it on every day. Every day I use it. Here's a contour brush. Blend right up into the hairline here. Well, guys, if you've ever been to Prague or down near Las Vegas, because we're flying out to, me and my friend from college are flying out to Las Vegas before we go to the Grand Canyon. We're renting a car, Antelope Canyon or Horseshoe Bend. Give me some recommendations, like what's cool to do in Prague. I've never been to Prague before, and also any of the places I've mentioned, really. Barcelona, Naples, Italy, I've never been to. Rome, I've been to before, but actually, when I went to Rome, we didn't really have a good time. But I'm excited to give Rome another chance, because it was still incredible in Rome to see those 1,000-year-old ruins, you know? Like, there's just nothing like it in the world. Like, nothing beats that feeling, that experience of... It's just overwhelming that civilization has been around for so long, you know. And you know, in Rome, the pizza is like out of this world. The pasta is out of this world. So leave down in the comments if you have like restaurants or things to do we should do in any of those places. Barcelona, even Amsterdam. I'd love to hear your suggestions about those places. And if you have any plans coming up in the spring on like travel that you're doing, I'd love to hear about that too. Leave that down in the comments. Use my very favorite blush brush. This is my NARS Kabuki blush brush. What blush do I want to use? I'm going to use this Makeup Forever blush. It's in this like mini duo. Okay. Looks like that. I like to smile a little bit so you can find your cheekbones. Perfect. This brush like does the work for you. It's gorgeous. Super fluffy brush. Love this. It's by Dalling Tools. I think I'm gonna use my Milk palette for highlight. I'm gonna use this one because it's got kind of like a pink shift. Is this the one I'm thinking of though? It's a little dark actually. I don't think I'm going to use that because it's a little too dark for what I'm looking to do. I never use the highlights in this Carly Bible palette. Maybe I'll use this pink one mixed in with this like pink champagne one. Yeah. The thing I've been kind of up to is this year I started renting out photo booths. So that's another like project, little side hustle I've been working on, and that's been actually kind of keeping me busy, just figuring out the semantics of it all, figuring out what kind of technology I'm going to use. It's very pink. I don't know. I think I need a little more orange, actually. It's a little bit too pink. It's kind of clashing. I am, after all, going to use the Milk one, just to mix it all in. Yeah, that's blinding. It's very shiny. So now, I do like so many different things as side hustles. I stay very busy, very, very busy. You know what? I just can't resist. I think I need to put a little of this glitter just in the center. Just pop it on. I think it's kind of messing with the ColourPop liquid shadow there. It's like peeling it up a little bit. I think I'll be fine. I'll leave it. First, gotta curl the lashes. Super important step, guys. Don't miss it. Even if you're like me and you have no lashes. It's gonna look so crazy when I put on my falsies. Using my all-time favorite, Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. Does anybody out there struggle with having no lashes? Like me? I have a little tiny 1 month sample vial of like the Grande Lashes serum, but I'm just trying to find the perfect moment to like try it and use it, where I can put it on every day, where I know I'm gonna have time. I'm probably never gonna reach that moment in my life because I'm always filling up my schedule with crazy things to do. Let's see. What kind of lashes should I put on? So I wanted something really full and fluffy, so it's between these velour, very fluffy looking lashes, or these Sephora plush lashes. I'm leaning towards the plush because I never wear those. These ones are a little bit more natural and fluffy. I think I'm gonna do the plush just because I don't really wear those very often. Okay, so here's me with the lashes on. I actually ended up picking these Vegas Nay Bronze Beauty lashes just because I wanted something really dark and dramatic. Now I gotta pick a lip. I'm thinking I might just keep going really bold and do like a rusty red to go with this rusty red eye. Or should I do a nude? That is the question. This is my giant bin of lip products, and I just don't know what to pick. Lolita would work with this look pretty well, but I wear Lolita all the time, and it's pretty drying. I'm having some lip issues right now, so maybe something more moisturizing, not something so crazy. I could even do like a pink. Like a mauve pink would be pretty. I have so many of these ColourPop lips that I haven't tried on yet. I should probably use one of these. This one's really pretty looking. That might be really nice, actually. This is the color 951 from ColourPop. Yeah, it's a little brown. It's a little bit... I think that might be the winner. I think that's what I'm going to put on today. Even though I just said that I didn't want to do a drying lip, but yellow, it looks perfect. Going for it. It's really pretty nude. Yeah, I do believe that that was the correct choice. That is a really pretty look. That is the perfect nude to go with this look, I think. It's a little brown. It's a little bit... It's nude, but still just really flattering and nice. Don't know what to do with my hair. I don't know what the gothy dress I'm wearing. I think I might just do some... I don't know. I think I'll just like tease it and shake it up. Oh, but first I gotta spray. Gotta do my setting spray. My Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I've actually only used this once before, but I like it. Refreshing. Ooh. And it looks so pretty now. I think I want to do a little more blush, actually. Because I already added setting spray. Doesn't mean I can't do more makeup. I want to do something bright, so I'm going to use a little bit of this blush for my Jekyll and Hill palette, top off the excess. It seems crazy, seems really bright, but blush always kind of fades on me a little bit. And I'm going to spray myself down one last time with my NYX Dewy Skin Finish setting spray. Somebody said that this is like a perfect dupe for the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. I don't know if it's the same, but I like it. It's fine. Now I'm going to go off camera and do something to my hair. Probably nothing, but be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I think it's very me. Like, I love the eye look, and the lip is a perfect combo with it, I think. The highlight is a little weird, but that's okay. I think overall, I think my boyfriend's gonna like it. I think it's gonna be pretty. So thanks for watching my very first Get Ready With Me video before. Sorry if it was a little bit rambly. I've never done this before, so hopefully, you know, I welcome some constructive feedback. Oh, I know it got a little bit rambly at some points, so if you guys have any advice on how to make it a little bit more fun and next time, a little bit more smooth, I'll gladly take it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. My next couple of videos are going to be a little different. I think I'm going to try, you know, it's not going to be a Get Ready With Me, but I'm going to stay away from the hauls because I'm on a no-buy right now. Got to do those taxes. And yeah, I look forward to hanging out with you guys in the comments, hearing about what's going on with your life. Thanks for listening to me talk about what's going on in my life.